Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about rumors and how to identify them. Key things that you can look for that exist in a lot of them when they circulate online, and how you can often track it back to its source and find out that there are some exaggerations occurring within the rumor. So, over the last, 36 hours, I've had a number of people send me a variation of a rumor, and that is that a 4-star general in the Air Force pulled their friend aside, who in most of them is a pilot. Okay? And that general told them that war with China is imminent and that they have to be ready in 6 months. And that maybe the Chinese would come ashore in California and that the balloon is not what they're telling you. You have a couple of things in this rumor that exist in most rumors that originate within the military and then hit social media. First is it's imminent, but there's a timeline far away. Imminent in 6 months. Those two things don't go together, especially in military language. Imminent is now, right now, this moment, not 6 months from now. But imminent is scary, and 6 months provides a period of time for the rumor to prove to not be true, but for people to forget about where it came from. The other part of this that is very common is a piece of information you're not allowed to know, that the balloon wasn't really what they're telling you, type of thing. And then the big one, the big flag that should always exist. A 4-star told me. Or a 4-star told my buddy. Okay? Generally speaking, 4-stars do not engage in a lot of rumors. They don't do that. Aside from that, this is used to give it credibility to people outside of the military. Because when you watch a movie, there's always a 4-star in the room. If it was a 4-star in the Air Force, who was it? Alvin, Richardson, Brown, Minahan, Kelly, Wilsbuck, Bussiere, or Hecker? That's it. There aren't a lot of them in real life. They're not everywhere. Aside from that, with something like this, 3 of those wouldn't even know. So you can cut it almost in half. There'd only be 5. I know U.S. counterintelligence hasn't displayed that it's totally on the ball lately, but I'm pretty sure it could narrow it down from 5 people. It's something that is injected into a lot of rumors, particularly those that are fear-mongery, to give it credibility. But it should destroy the credibility, because it's very unlikely that occurred. Now, let's play the game of where did this come from? If there was somebody, one of these 8, that were going to say something like this, who would it be? Minahan, no doubt. It's absolutely where it came from. It is classic Minahan, to be honest, but it wasn't his buddy pilot getting pulled aside. It was from a memo from before the balloon was even known about. A few weeks ago, Minahan, who is in charge of, mobility for the Air Force, put out a memo, said that his gut told him that by 2025, we would go to war with China, and that he wanted everybody in his command to go to the range and fire a clip at a target and aim for the head. If you are going to send me a message about that term, send it to him, not me. He said it, not me. He also wanted a report that detailed what each group did over the previous year to get ready for this potential conflict and what they're going to do over the next year to be ready for this potential conflict. It's just classic him. It's how he motivates his troops. He is known for saying stuff like this. This is a person who once said something to the effect of, when you know that you can kill your enemy, your food tastes better, and things within your marriage are better. It's just him. So, on the off chance that some 4-star actually did say this to a pilot in his command, it's probably Minahan. But more than likely, what has occurred is somebody saw that memo, wasn't aware of the context, and that it is a very common motivational thing when trying to maintain readiness, to talk about the big enemy and being ready for that. They aren't aware of that context, so then it got turned into a rumor that then hit social media, and many people who might want to profit from that rumor or establish their credibility as being in the know spread it. I do not think that Minahan actually pulled the pilot aside and said, we're going to war imminently, be ready in 6 months. I don't think that occurred. I think somebody saw the memo, or maybe even saw some of the coverage of the memo, because there are articles talking about it, because for those outside of that community, like, it was kind of shocking. And then you can find articles from like blogs that talk about this kind of stuff, joking about it, because it's common from him. It's not. It doesn't necessarily mean anything. It is how he chooses to motivate the troops in his command. Do I think that's a good way to do it? No, but I'm also not a 4-star. That's kind of his personal decision. So, when you are looking at rumors online and trying to determine whether or not they are true, if they originated in the military sphere, if they assign the rumor to a 4-star who they can't name, just go ahead and forget about it. Because there aren't a lot of 4-stars. If there was a security prohibition from talking about this information, just saying 4-star, that's enough to completely out the person. So when you see that, which if you go back and look, they always originate with a 4-star pretty much, you can safely assume that it's not true. If it also includes secretive information that there's no way to confirm, such as the balloon is not what they're telling you, that's also a pretty good sign. Because let's say that it's true for a second. Let's say the balloon isn't what they're telling us. You know who doesn't get to know? Some pilot. It's not a thing where they tell everybody. Information like that would be incredibly compartmented. And despite certain very high-profile lapses, that it doesn't spread like that. And then the combination of it's going to happen sometime between right now, this second, and 6 months from now. When you see those things together, just assume that it isn't true or it's being misrepresented. And oftentimes you can find the source of where it came from. Like I would bet almost anything that somebody saw that memo from Minahan and didn't understand the context of it, didn't understand his history of making comments like this, didn't understand what he's trying to accomplish, didn't put it together, the whole thing of, oh, we're going to war, but tell me what you're going to do over the next year to get ready for it. All that being said, we are in a near-peer contest with China. Things could spark at any moment. That's a true statement. But that was true throughout the entirety of the Cold War. Don't fall for the fear-mongering, because there's going to be a lot of it. There's a new technology that exists today that did not exist during the Cold War that allows for the rapid transmission of rumor, misinformation, and disinformation. You got to be on guard for it. Always look for context. If you want to protect yourself against this, always look for context. Because there will be those people who try to monetize this or build their own credibility that way. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.